Hi, my name is Grace. Welcome to my channel, and in this video, I'll be talking about why less qualified people are getting the job that you want. The first reason why someone who's less qualified would get the job that you want is that they took action and you didn't. I know in one of my prior roles, there was a job that came out that looked pretty interesting, but when I looked at the job, I didn't think that I was qualified, so I didn't even bother applying for the position. I just kind of put it away and moved on. And then a few weeks later, I saw the person that they hired for the role, and I was like, I'm just as qualified as this person, if not more qualified. And really the difference between that guy and myself is that he took action and I didn't. And so what I learned from that experience was that when you look at a job description, you're not expected to be able to do 100% of what they're looking for. There are some must-have qualifications where if you don't have that, then it's a deal breaker. Like for example, I think some jobs will say you must have a bachelor's degree. And so if you don't have that, that's a deal breaker. But there are things on there that are preferred or somebody's wish list to some degree. And if you can do, I would say maybe 30 to 50% of the role, feel free to apply for that role, especially with something that you're interested in. Because when you look at a job, you want to see things that you haven't done before so that for the sake of your career growth, you have things that you're actually going to grow into. The second reason why someone who's less qualified than you would get the position that you want is that they interview better. And when it comes to interviewing, it's really important to prepare for the obvious questions. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Why are you interested in this job? Those are the obvious questions that you need to prepare for. But you also need to prepare for the tough questions. Now, if you have applied for a job where you don't have 100% of the qualifications that they need, which we just said is the kind of job that you want to apply for, you're going to have to be able to talk about how you're going to fill those gaps or be able to get up to speed really quickly. And you should be able to use examples from your prior experiences to do that. Or an example I had was I applied for a position where I was going to be managing a team. And at that time, the only experience I had was like managing an intern and then managing one full-time person. And so at least at that time, I didn't think that I had the experience they required of managing a team. So what I did to prepare for that interview is that I basically did research on what it takes to be a new manager, how you can be able to successfully, take on a team that already exists if you come in as a new manager. I did a whole lot of research around that and just came up with a couple of well thought out points of what I would do if I was to get into that position. What's my game plan as the new manager on that team? And then when I was going into the interview, I went in ready to answer that question. The third reason why somebody who's less qualified than you would get the job is that they know the right people. Or say it differently, you don't know the right people. Now, it's really important to network and build relationships within your company because you want people to know who you are. Hard work by itself, it's one of the things that you have to do to get ahead, but it's not the end all be all. Just working hard and doing a good job is not enough to move forward. You need to build relationships. You need to get to know people. You want to do it in a way that is authentic to you. So if, for example, people are going out for lunches, people are participating in volunteer events, those are very easy, low-hanging ways to get to know people and build relationships. And so you should try and do some of that so that people within the company know who you are, so that when that next role comes up, then they will be thinking of you. And especially if you do apply for the position, they'll at least know who you are. And then that's a stepping stone in being able to get that position. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did get some value out of it, please subscribe and I will see you in my next video.